the big question, why is search still so hard to get right? So I've got a few questions, a few possible reasons for this to really set the theme for today. So this is a query, this is quite a funny one. So as I said, Open Source Connections is a US company originally, and we have lots of US colleagues. And this is a search query that an American might use coming to Europe, want to buy a French press. Hands up who knows what a French press is? Yeah, so a scattering. And that goes off to the search engine. Now, when we did this event in Paris, very few people put their hands up, which is strange. You know, French press, surely it's a French thing. People know what it is in France. They didn't. So if you're lucky, you get back things that are relevant, things like this. I'll attempt to say the Polish. Zamenek Dorkawi-ish. That's about all the Polish you're going to hear from me today, so enjoy it while it lasts. But you know, it isn't necessarily something that a French person would recognize, or even a French search engine. In fact, I tried this query on some big French supermarkets, and it didn't work. You might just get 0 results, so you've got a problem. You know what to call something, but the language the search engine speaks, the language in the index, isn't the same, so you don't get a match. Now, a quick call out, who's here from Allegro? Anyone here from Allegro? Fantastic, well done, because I tried this search on your website and back came what the Americans would call a French press. So search is solved, well done. Does every other search query work perfectly? They're looking nervous now, so okay. So, also, I don't really know what you want. When you type in a query like, say, cafetière glace, so again, cafetière, French press, the same thing, what might you think that means? Well, we ask our search engine, back comes some results. Oh, you can buy some cafetières, here we go, we have one here, we have, you know, actually, the glass in my cafetière is broken. I want some new glass. I just want to buy that part. You didn't understand what I meant. Intention, search intention, is really hard to guess. Do I want to buy something? Am I researching something? Am I a competitor? Am I just bored and it's late and I'm scrolling through a website and looking for things I will never buy? It's hard to know search intention. Then we have, how do we measure how good search is? So again, we do our search here and back come. Now, which is the best result of those two? Now, I'd guess probably the first one's the best result. But actually, I may want the second one. I just don't know how to describe it. It's like a cafetière, but it's a metal one. I saw one in Italy once. I'll just type in cafetière, and actually I want the second one. Which is the best result? And that's hard to work out. So how can I measure this? Are these good results? How can I score them, maybe? What kind of metrics could I produce to measure how good search is? And relevance is subjective. Different people will give those two items different scores. Some people will say the first one is a 5 out of 5, brilliant. The second one's a 1. Other people might give one 3 and the other one 2. Someone might, so it's very hard, it's very subjective. And that's difficult when we're trying to measure how good search results are. And here's the other problem. Anyone who's worked in search for a long time will have encountered this. You're the poor search engineer working very hard, and all you get is complaints. You might just be one person. Some very large organizations have a single person running their search, you know, big multinational companies. So your user is saying, why are your results so terrible? I'm looking for cafetières and you're giving me bags of coffee. That's terrible. I'm going to send a complaint. Your boss can't even find the products you sell. You get that call on a Sunday night. I've been looking for cafetières. I know we sell these things. I was trying to buy one, and it just doesn't come back in the results. Drop everything. Fix this search. This is a problem we know as the HIPPO problem, the highest paid person's opinion. And that may not actually be a search that matters to anyone else, but your boss told you, so you're going to be fixing it on Monday morning. And then we have, why can't you make it like Google? Yes, this happens a lot. Why can't you make it like Google? Google found these things. Why can't you make it like Google? Well, unfortunately, I don't have 1,000 people with PhDs and all the money in the world. So, yeah, that's another problem. You can often end up with just all the development coming from complaints. The loudest person complaining gets the attention. That's not a healthy pattern. And then what sort of technologies do you choose? There's lots of commercial search engines. There's lots of open source search engines, which is better, which is more useful, which is going to survive for longer, who's contributing to it. Then we've got all the magical new vector search databases and engines. These are all, wonderful, and the demos look very impressive, but a lot of them are quite new, and they're really complicated, and maybe they take long time and resources to train their models. And we have the problem that all that glitters is not gold. Just because, as somebody said to me once, the demo is never the product. You've got to bear that in mind. What you see that's shiny and marvelous may not be something that's going to really work for you. Martin White, who wrote some of the kind of reference books on enterprise search from a business perspective, and he's been doing this a lot longer than I have, he talks about search being a wicked problem, a problem that's difficult to or impossible to solve because of incomplete, contradictory, and changing requirements that are often difficult to recognize. Interestingly, he identifies working as a team, work with a search team. This concept of search team is really important. We've got to have our search team working effectively together to solve these problems. Not just that one poor person who handles search, but everyone who touches search. The people who get the complaints from the users, the people measuring with web analytics, the people dealing with content that's got to go into the search engine, the management. All these people are part of a search team.